very hard. I love drama. So, okay, well, what's the drama? What's the drama that I did? Somebody gotta tell me. What is the drama? Tell me, what is the drama? What's the drama? All I know is I went to bed and I woke up in my life changed. And I probably shouldn't have said that, but I panicked because I was scared and I was alone. And
oh no, not Tamar flipping the script again. Baby girl, you are the drama. Things are spiraling so wild that word on the street says Toni Braxton herself is allegedly pushing Tamar to get checked into a mental hospital. Can you even imagine how bad it's gotten? Tamar's been out here shutting down her whole career in the blink of an eye. She scrapped her album right after Funky Dineva accused her of faking stories just for PR. Instead of staying low-key, Tamar announced she was done with the public eye completely, and yet every other day she's hopping on live, ranting, and spilling her family's private tea for the whole world to sip on. This isn't just messy, this is explosive. And here's the kicker, it's all gone down in less than a week. That's right, just days of chaos and her family is already said to be exhausted. Allegedly, they're even ready to drag her to that hospital by force if she won't go willingly. You know it's serious when your own blood starts making plans like that. Tamar told Shade Room followers straight up, "There's no more album, I'm going to my farm and you'll never hear from me again." I'm sorry for everything dramatic, right? But that's not all. Just days earlier, she made a shocking claim that she almost died, talking about having a fractured nose and missing teeth, but with no explanation of how it even happened. Everyone's scratching their heads, wondering if it's real or another setup for attention. And then, out of nowhere, she drops a teaser for her new EP Heartbreak Retrograde featuring Mendy, Funky Dineva, and more. Like, what is really going on here? One second it's tragedy, the next it's promotion. Tamar's got the whole internet in a chokehold, and honestly, this roller coaster doesn't look like it's slowing down anytime soon. Tamar wasn't just making headlines for her meltdowns, she was knee-deep in a messy feud with Funky Dineva and rumors of sneaking around with men DCs. Talk about chaos stacked on chaos. People were already side-eyeing her every move, and then Funky hit back, flat out accusing her of stirring up drama just to chase PR. Things got ugly fast. Here's where it turned into a storm. Tamar was spotted with Funky before her so-called accident. When word broke about her being badly injured, whispers started flying that Funky had something to do with it. Some even pushed the wild claim that he wanted to unlive her, which sent the internet into overdrive. That's when Funky had no choice but to jump online and set the record straight, and he did it with fire in his voice. In his video, he refused to even say Tamar's name directly, calling her that lady, and swore up and down he had nothing to do with what happened to her. Funky explained that after their night out at V12, they linked with some friends, but he eventually dipped and went home alone. He made it crystal clear he didn't go with her after that, so whatever happened later had nothing to do with him. But that wasn't all. He revealed that, just like the rest of us, he first found out about Tamar's broken nose, missing teeth, and injuries through social media.
Everybody, oh, that junkie was with her last night. I know he did something. That's why you gotta watch the friends you keep. He did. Somebody up there knows. At first, it was cute. It was just a few little comments. Big deal. I've weathered far worse storms. Then all of a sudden, it started growing legs. When I logged on to do my show, there were 7,000 people sitting in the hallway waiting.
According to Funky, she never told him the details directly, not once. And here's where it stings. He swore Tamar always lurks in her own comment sections, watching every little thing people say about her and her music. So in his eyes, there's no way she didn't see the flood of accusations dragging his name. Yet she stayed silent. And that silence, that's what really cut deep for Funky. He made it clear he was heated that Tamar didn't step up to defend him while folks painted him as the villain. To him, her quietness was almost as loud as an accusation itself. When Funky begged Tamar to clear the air before the rumors spun out of control, her response shocked everyone. Tamar's words were, "I'm lost. I'm confused. I didn't say anything. I'm in the hospital." But let's be real. While she claimed she couldn't even lift a finger to defend her so-called friend, she somehow had enough energy to tell the whole world she was laid up in the hospital, barely moving, barely speaking, and yet still managed to drop a shiny new trailer for her EP. Something wasn't adding up, and Funky wasn't about to let that slide. That's when he laid it all out. Funky said flat out that this entire circus smelled like nothing but a PR stunt, and he was the one caught in the crossfire. He vented saying, "Here it is. I got ate up alive over my birthday weekend, and the whole while there was nothing wrong with Tamar. Now she's dropping this tired video for a raggedy EP nobody even asked for. And because I'm in it, people are gonna think I helped her pull off this stunt. I was collateral damage in a 2-bit PR stunt." He didn't stop there. Funky directly called Tamar out for refusing to set the record straight, saying, "Tamar, you ain't even gonna tell people I had nothing to do with this? I was accused of not being your friend, but at the end of the day, it was you who wasn't a friend to me. I didn't deserve any of this, and I'm deeply hurt." You could feel the sting in every word, and the wildest part, people actually started siding with Funky. Commenters and fans began piecing it together, saying Tamar was indeed pulling strings just to drum up attention. To make things even juicier, the chatter about Tamar allegedly having an affair with Menace wasn't dying down. Sure, she claimed they were just working on a video together, but when those whispers of romance started swirling, she let them marinate. She didn't shut them down, she didn't deny anything. She let the scandal float around unchecked, fueling even more talk. At that point, it felt like Tamar wasn't dodging drama, she was feeding it. The whispers about Tamar and Menace weren't slowing down. People swore they were way too close at that Atlanta lounge, and then came the rumors they'd been spotted cuddled up again. And what did Tamar do? Nothing. No denial, no explanation, not even a half-hearted statement. She just let the talk spin and grow. Exactly the kind of thing Funky had accused her of doing for PR. The silence made it look like she was enjoying the speculation. Tamar, on the other hand, clapped back saying she wasn't faking a thing. But right after that, she flipped the whole script with a string of wild social media rants, followed by the big dramatic announcement. No new album, no more music, she's running back to her farm, and the world's never gonna see her again. Like, really? Girl, please! A lot of people weren't buying it one bit because this storyline felt all too familiar. See, folks pointed out that Tamar has pulled this vanishing act before. Just last year, she was spiraling in the exact same way, talking about disappearing, saying she was done with everything, and leaving everyone on edge. And it wasn't just fans who noticed the pattern. Her own sisters had been dealing with it on camera. Remember that emotional moment when the Braxton sisters sat down with Spirit, the grief counselor? At first, it looked like progress, until the conversation turned to Tamar. When Spirit asked Tawanda how it felt not to have access to her sister, Tamar cut her off before she could even speak. Tamar snapped that Tawanda didn't care about her. She went further, accusing Tawanda of being closer to Toni and Trina and only ever reaching out to her when the cameras were rolling. According to Tamar, she's always the one making the first move to keep in touch. The hurt and resentment just poured out right there in front of everyone. That raw tension on the show proved that Tamar's breakdowns weren't just for the internet. They were spilling over into her family relationships too. Child, that blow-up with Tawanda was just the tip of the iceberg, because right after, Tamar went full meltdown mode. She shut down her X and Instagram accounts following one of her fiery outbursts, only to pop right back up the very next day like nothing happened. But before she vanished, she left behind some serious bombshells that had everyone talking. On her X page, Tamar unleashed a string of now-deleted posts that shook fans to their core. She called her family toxic and accused them of gaslighting her. In her own words, "Y'all have no idea. None. The gaslighting is crazy, and I'm going back into treatment. Oh my God, I just pray that my marriage can be saved and my life can be spared. My family is awful." Then in another post, she dropped, "I'm so mad at my life. My family is toxic. I should have never went back to BFE. The drama was pouring out unfiltered." And if that wasn't enough, all this chaos was unfolding right as Tamar's relationship with JR was crumbling. Just before she announced their split, Tamar went online again, this time posting chilling surveillance footage from her apartment building parking lot. The clip showed a group of people breaking into her car, pulling her belongings out in plain view of the cameras. But here's the thing. The robbery itself wasn't even what had folks buzzing. It was Tamar's caption. She wrote, "I got robbed at home. I'm not safe anywhere. I don't know why I keep getting violated. I had a lot in my car because I don't live anywhere, because I'm not safe anywhere or with anyone." That post hit like a cry for help. Fans were left wondering, was Tamar speaking literally, or was this another cryptic message meant to stir speculation about her family and her life behind the scenes? Either way, the timing, the tone, the heartbreak, it was messy, dramatic, and disturbing all at once. After all the chaos, Tamar doubled down and declared she was done. No more filming, no more cameras. She was walking away from the show completely. But when she started talking about going back to her farm, fans weren't buying it. They'd heard it before and knew she wasn't about to disappear quietly. And they were right, because before she even announced her public break, Tamar had already dropped another bomb that shook the family to the core. She revealed that her own sisters had threatened to boycott filming if Kevin Sr. showed his face on the Braxtons. Not only that, but Tamar claimed the same exact thing happened when she tried to bring her niece Ashley onto the show. According to her, the sisters flat out refused to film with her and brushed her feelings aside like they didn't matter. The tension built into a full-on family standoff. Now, word is, Toni tried to play peacemaker, staying neutral and hearing both sides, but Tamar wasn't budging an inch. She believed Ashley had every right to step on that platform and share her truth, especially after everything she had gone through. Tamar reportedly told them too much had already been swept under the rug and silencing Ashley wasn't an option. To Tamar, this was bigger than TV drama. It was about giving her niece a voice. And let's not forget, Ashley had revealed some very heavy stuff. She said her stepmother and her father, Michael Braxton Jr., had seen inappropriate messages between her and her aunt's partner. At first, when they brought it to her aunt, she was loving and supportive. But that support didn't last long. The story was explosive, and Tamar made it clear she wasn't going to let Ashley's experience be hidden just to protect the family's image. This wasn't just another fight for camera time. This was family secrets spilling out in the messiest way possible.
Okay, so I want to tell a story today, and that story is about how one of my aunts in my family do not talk to me because they think that I, at the age of 16, did something with her partner at the time. And I have been a nervous wreck to talk about something like this and to tell this story. A, because of my family. B, because I don't want people, it's not to hurt people to tell my story.
Ashley later opened up that at first her aunt seemed supportive, but as time passed, the energy shifted. Ashley said it started to feel like her aunt no longer saw her as a victim. Instead, she felt blamed, like people thought she was part of the problem. Can you imagine being a kid in that position and then having the adults flip it on you? That's the part Ashley said stuck with her the most. She explained that through therapy, she learned how to cope, but she also made it clear she should have never been blamed in the first place. She should never have been put in that situation at all. Ashley even dropped a hint that the uncle at the center of it all still has a platform and has never spoken on what happened. Meanwhile, the family carried on like nothing went down, still breaking bread with him, still keeping it business as usual. The silence around him was deafening. And this is exactly what Tamar wanted exposed on the show. She wasn't just being dramatic for the cameras. She was pushing for Ashley's story to finally be heard instead of swept away. But here's the thing. Tamar's way of demanding it only added fuel to her own storm. With Tamar's string of explosive outbursts lately, fans have been divided. Some are praising her for trying to drag family secrets into the light. Others are worried sick, saying her behavior shows she desperately needs a break. Online, the chatter has gotten intense. People are even debating if she's over-medicated, under-medicated, or just spiraling out of control altogether. Whatever the case, one thing's for sure. Something is off, and Tamar's struggles are playing out in real time for the world to see. Allegedly, the family, especially Toni, has finally had enough of Tamar's chaos, and word is they're ready to step in and take control themselves. Reports claim they're planning to handle things behind the scenes, maybe even forcing Tamar into the break she clearly needs but refuses to take on her own. Will it work? Nobody knows for sure, but if Toni is involved, you know it's serious. At this point, all anyone can really do is hope Tamar finds some peace. Whether that's through stepping away from the spotlight, reconnecting with her family, or getting the treatment she's been hinting at, something has to give before this spiral goes any deeper. Because right now, the headlines, the drama, and the endless outbursts are painting a picture that's hard to ignore. But I want to hear from you. What do you think is really going on with Tamar? Do you believe her family is stepping in to save her? Or is this just another chapter in a long cycle of public meltdowns? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because this conversation is just getting started. And hey, don't forget to hit that like button, share this video, and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. I'll see you in the next one. And make sure to click the video on your screen right now for even more jaw-dropping celebrity drama.